the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for January 2026. So welcome to a brand new year. We survived the year of 9, barely for some of us, but here we are in a brand new year, a year of 1. Now, technically speaking, our new astrological year doesn't begin until we move into Aries season, late March. But of course, the collective believes, according to the Gregorian calendar, that the very first day of January is the very first day of the year, because most of the attention, most of the belief system is set on that. We definitely have power to really tap into that energy and really start believing that this is actually a clean slate. But of course, we're coming into January in the darkest of times, darkest of seasons. We're in Capricorn season. The sun on the winter solstice, December 21st, hit its lowest point in the sky, in its orbit, in its path, in its ecliptical. It got hung on the cross for 3 days before it was reborn on the 25th. And so we're just starting to see the sun kind of move very low, very slow, in a better path, in a better direction. So the whole, coming into the new year, new me, New Year's resolution, not a great time for that. We are not being supported in bringing anything new to life. This is a time of introverted analyzing. We have to take a good look at the choices, the decisions that we've made in the past to land us here in the present moment in order to figure out what is working and what isn't, what we want to continue to build off of and what we need to collapse. Yes, the Capricorn energy has us very focused on what we want to build and create as far as new structures, foundations go in our lives. That is the materialistic realm, in case you're wondering. So routines, relationships, money matters. But at the same time, we're not taking any actions or making any moves. This is all about planning and strategizing. This is about us getting real and raw and vulnerable with ourselves to figure out what is working, what isn't, who and what needs to stay, needs to go. We're coming into this 1 month, this 1 year, but technically speaking, we are kind of really looking at what needs to go. We are in the last quarter of the astrological calendar, which means that this is a time of rest, reflection, recovery, realignment, restoration. This is not a time to initiate anything new. Now, that being said, coming into the very first day, Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, is moving into Capricorn energy. Now, all of the inner planets are in Capricorn energy. There's a huge stellium in Capricorn energy, which helps to ground us, but it slows things down, makes us kind of feel a little bit negative, a little bit pessimistic, a little bit stuck in the mud, if you will. We want to be happy. We want to be optimistic. We want to be light and fluffy, but let's get real. Nothing's changed. The calendar may have changed, but the energy is still very heavy, very weighted, very anchored into Earth energy. And so there's a little bit of a, gaslighting situation going on. We're trying to gaslight ourselves into thinking that we have a brand new year ahead of us, but we are in the endings and closures of this particular astrological cycle. Mercury moving into Capricorn energy is going to get us in the zone, get us focused in on what needs to end, what needs to die, in order for us to build and create something new ideas, new goals, new perspectives, if you will. And Mercury moving into Capricorn energy is all about strategy. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. We're trying to bring an organized frame of mind online. We're trying to focus on what we have to research and explore in order to actually align with our goals, visions, and dreams. January 2nd, Chiron, the wounded healer, is going to station direct at 22 degrees. That's a master builder, master creator number. We have had the last 5 months of doing the inner work to take a good look at the wounds, at the triggers, at the activations that were still alive and well, where it is that the fears, the doubts, the insecurities of our ego programming were preventing us from healing, preventing us from moving on, preventing us from acting from our most authentic soul space. And now that Chiron is stationing direct, specifically at a 22 degree, which is a beautiful energy for us to be stabilizing in, now we get to walk the walk and talk the talk. And of course, if you have kind of dabbled in what this year is all about, it's about showing up. It's about walking the walk and talking the talk and showing up with receipts to prove that you have actually put forth the energy, the effort to do better, to be better. Chiron stationing direct is going to help us really push through a lot of the wounds, a lot of the triggers and activations, a lot of the problematic situations that we've been banging our head against a wall about. And it happens at a beautiful time because on January 3rd, we're going to have our very first full moon of this 2026 year. And it happens to be in Cancer energy. The moon is in her rulership in Cancer energy. And this is peaking at 13 degrees, which is the feminine divine energy number. And so we are essentially building off of the cycle that we have been kind of under the umbrella of, which is the new moon in Sagittarius that took place at the end of Sagittarius season at 28 degrees. And so this is the climactic point of realizing through a full illumination of hidden information and details, what we have to release, what we have to let go of. Specifically, the weak ass boundaries that we have had in our relationship dynamics, giving too much of our power energy away to other people, not reserving enough energy for ourselves. This is us realizing, emotionally speaking, the weight that we've been carrying on our heart space and deciding to put that shit down, to leave it behind. This is us realizing that we have to get back to the basics. We have to take better care of ourselves, especially emotionally speaking, so that we're going to be strong enough to do all of the hard things that are awaiting our attention, our energy here this year. So the full moon is probably going to be a weepy one. It's supposed to be about release. We are in Capricorn season. This is the axis of safety, security, stability, and emotionally speaking, we're in a brand new year. We have to let the sadness, the grief, the tension, the guilt, the betrayal, all the hardships go. So this is a beautiful releasing point to kind of kick this brand new year off. So we have a little bit of time to make those particular adjustments. We're gifted with about a week. On the 10th, we are going to have the last quarter moon pop off in Libra energy. This is at 20 degrees. And so the last quarter moon is going to highlight where we're going through a growing pain in what we have to eliminate, remove, and release out of our lives. Libra energy is going to highlight for us where it is that there's some things out of whack. There's some things out of balance. There is a true dysfunction taking over our lives. And where in relationship dynamics, based off of what we just realized from that full moon in Cancer, where the energy exchange isn't fair, it isn't balanced, it isn't supporting us. And so we are going to have a little bit of a hard little reality check on recognizing where we have to create more energetic time, energy, distance, space in some particular relationship dynamics and the areas of life that have gotten out of whack while we've been kind of honed in and tunnel visioned on making one particular area of life be the spotlight. On the 17th, we are going to see Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money, shift into Aquarius energy. And you best believe that we are going to feel lighter and brighter in our heart space. Of course, Venus, she's been in Capricorn energy entering into this new year. She's all business. There's a heaviness, a weight. There's a reorganizing of our worth, of our values, of our priorities. We're recognizing what we want to build and create. As far as our day-to-day life goes, we want to enjoy life again. But it has been kind of nose to the grindstone. It has been very serious and somber. That Aquarius energy brings us out of that heaviness, out of that weight, and we start acting as the observer. We're not as emotionally attached to some situations and circumstances that, again, have us kind of making choices and decisions that are kind of based out of fear. The Aquarius energy illuminates where we want to be free, where we need to liberate ourselves from some of these relationship dynamics or day-to-day life situations or financial situations. And the Aquarius energy shows us where we can make improvements, where we can make adjustments, emotionally speaking, before we can actually take action upon making those changes in our external realm. We are going to have the new moon pop off in Capricorn energy on the 18th. It's going to be at 28 degrees. Again, we've been working on this 28 degree mastery arc with all of the new moons. This is essentially the fourth out of 6. We got a couple more to go. But a new moon is a dark phase of the moon. There's no illumination of light in the sky. We are sitting in the funk, sitting in the darkness to recognize what is working, what isn't. We have to come up with a better alternative, specifically on the structure of our lives, the foundation of our lives. What is working, what isn't. This is why we're gifted a beautiful opportunity to have the whole entirety of Capricorn season, all the inner planets in this Capricorn energy, in order to highlight for us what is working, what isn't, who and what needs to stay, needs to go, what we want to build and create, and what is blocking us from doing that. The new moon in Capricorn is going to present opportunities to see very clearly the to-do list, what needs to be wrapped up, what needs to be initiated, what is working, what's stabilizing us, what's supporting us, what's encouraging us, and what is not. And even more than that, who is not. Now, not only 24 hours after that particular moon event happens, we have the sun shifting out of Capricorn energy and moving into Aquarius energy. This kicks Aquarius season off in a beautiful way. We are going to again feel lighter and brighter. We again are going to start seeing solutions where we've only seen problems. We are going to start acting as the observer so that we're not as emotionally attached to our situation and circumstance as we once were. We can kind of see the forest past the trees at this point. Now, let me just say, Aquarius energy always brings a new level of awakening. It's a higher level of consciousness. There are downloads, there are insights, there are aha moments, there are epiphanies that pop off in a domino effect in order for us to have a new level of awareness to work with for this upcoming year. 24 hours after that, Mercury is going to follow the sun and move into Aquarius energy. Now, the Aquarius energy rules over the highest point of our intellect, the higher mind, while Mercury rules over the lower level of our intellect, the lower mind. This is essentially when the partition between the two gets blown out of the water. We start not only receiving downloads and insights and new levels of awareness and consciousness, but we can make sense of it. It's actually a language that we start to understand. We don't have to work so hard to figure out what the F the universe is trying to tell us. And even more than that, it's a brilliant energy. We're going to have such great ideas specifically for the goals, visions, and dreams that we want to pursue. We're going to have so many puzzle pieces revealed to us at that time. Things are going to start making some serious freaking sense. We love that for us. On the 23rd, Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, drive, passion, desire, even our anger, will be moving out of the Capricorn energy that has been a very low, slow, steady process of inner realm build-up, meaning we were going nowheres fast. We were thinking about where it is that we wanted to go, but we weren't gifted with the green light go-ahead to take many actions or make many moves upon said plan, because we had to build up the motivation, the willpower, the discipline to stay honed in on the goal, honed in on the target. Now, with Mars moving into Aquarius energy, same type of vibe. We have all of the inner planets shifting out of the heaviness, the weight of Capricorn energy into the light, I'm going to call it, and bright energy of Aquarius, because this is where aha moments start making sense. Mars and Aquarius energy, we're taking action outside of the norm. Routines, we don't want them. We want to try something new. We want to make improvements. We want to make adjustments. And we're going to be receiving some very sporadic downloads that we are able to take immediate action upon. And of course, that is just going to make Mars a very happy dude. We've been stalled out. We've been put on pause. We're finally not only receiving the puzzle pieces on what this goal, vision, and dream is going to look like, but we're permitted to actually take action upon them. Now, is it going to be major leaps of faith? Probably not, but we're in strategy mode. We're in analyzing mode. We're in experimentation mode. And that is more action than we've had throughout the whole of Capricorn season. On the 25th, we're going to have the first quarter moon pop off. It's in Taurus energy. It's taking place at 6 degrees, so it's a relatively new particular life lesson here. This is the first quarter activation based off of the new moon in Capricorn energy, so this is Earth on Earth, which typically doesn't happen that way. But it's a beautiful time to feel pressurized to make better habits, make better choices, make better routines for yourself, take better care of yourself, address relationship dynamic concerns, address financial situation concerns. We're boosting up our self-confidence, our self-esteem. We're building momentum. We're building the inner realm needed in order to build and create a new realm, new reality for ourselves here this year. And the major event that I think we really need to be excited about in January is on the 26th. We have Neptune leaving the Piscean energy behind, that's his rulership, closing a 15-year chapter and re-entering into the Aries energy. So, of course, we did this last year. Of course, it didn't last very long because we didn't do the work. We weren't prepared. But now we're doing it again. And Neptune, he rules over our intuition, spirituality, dreams, creativity, imagination. And Aries energy is about our ego identity, taking the leadership role, tapping into a new fire energy. Of course, 2026 is a fire horse year. So this is when we're going to start kind of receiving the clarity that we need in order to understand, intuitively speaking, what our mission is, what our purpose is, what dream, goal, vision we truly desire to actually manifest and tap into that spiritual warrior type of mood and attitude in order to get shit done. Now, this is going to be a renewal, a weird ass renewal of our faith, of our trust, not only in ourselves, but in the universe, in that greater, grander plan. There's going to be a lot of weird vibes that initially take over because, of course, we're waiting for Saturn, the Lord of Karma, to catch up and move into that Aries energy as well. These two are working as a team here this year. And although it is going to be a little bit wackadoodle, it is going to put us in a situation and circumstance to gain a little bit more clarity in our gut, in our intuition, in our mind's eye, in our heart space, what we want to be building towards. So January, yeah, it's building momentum, but in our inner realm. It's showing us the puzzle pieces that are snapping together. It's giving us a little bit of a bigger, broader picture of what it is that we want to do, what it is that we want to pursue. Are we going to see major shifts in our storylines in our external realm? Probably not. We're not in the time or the season for that, but we're making a lot of progress in our plans, in our strategies, and in the mood, in the attitude needed in order to basically pivot, leave that old world behind, and jump into the new. So definitely not a bad month to start off this brand new year at all. I encourage you to lean in, to do the work, to really get focused, honed in on what it is that you want to build and create throughout the course of 2026.